And it'll say, how are you all this evening of your time, as you know time to exist. All right. All right, thank you for the co-creation of this interaction this day of your time. Let us begin this transmission, as we have titled it, 2019, The Crossing of the Threshold, the Year of Decision and Revelation. Now, obviously, since your fall of 2016, when we told you everything would change, you have been experiencing a lot of continued changes in a variety of levels, sociologically, politically, economically, physically. All sorts of things are beginning to come to the surface. 2019, as we perceive the energy, most probably will be an acceleration of that energy. But there are specific things, specific categories, specific areas in which these things will begin to unfold. First and foremost, as has begun to happen on your planet, as has begun to happen in your society and around the globe, there will be more and more secrets that were hidden coming to the surface. Things are no longer capable of hiding like they used to. Things will be revealed. You will be able to gauge more clearly what you do prefer by seeing the comparison of what you don't prefer. These things will be out front, center, so that you can decide together what direction you are going in. With the revelation of secrets, things that have been hiding, there will also come what we call more breakups and shakeups. The idea being that not only will you see certain ideas in your society begin to break apart, disassemble, so that new ones can take their place, but the idea of what may seem on the surface to simply be different ideologies are actually, as we have said, representative of different parallel realities that are now beginning to split physically upon your planet. That physical splitting into different parallel tracks will also have a continued effect upon your physical planet, sometimes in the form of an increase in the probability of quakes, volcanoes, and other things that would be indicative of things rending asunder, so that you can, by taking those old systems apart, begin to find places to build new systems to replace them. More of this will be occurring in 2019. But all of this is for the purpose of giving yourself an opportunity to learn how to balance in the rapids that you're riding, so that you can better prepare for what is to come in 2020 and beyond. For things will be radically shifting again at that point. Now, the idea of aligning, balancing, of revealing hidden things, bringing them to the forefront so you can work together to decide what it is you prefer your reality to be, will help you align with the track, the vibration, the frequency of the parallel reality that will guide you into the future Earth that you prefer. Because remember, all those Earths already exist right now, right here. Every single variant, every variable already exists. And by the state of being that you create for yourselves, individually and together, you shift yourselves to those realities that are much more reflective of those you prefer to experience bit by bit, day by day. While those who are on a different frequency in a different parallel reality will experience an acceleration in their reality, their version of Earth as well. And for a while, you may still be able to view each other through the glass of the parallel reality barriers that separate you. But more and more, day by day, year by year, you will find that those realities that are not vibrationally compatible with what you prefer will begin to disappear from the reality that you shift yourself to. So stay on course, allow yourself, by acting on your passion to the best you can with no insistence on the outcome, to allow that to act as your navigational rudder, as your compass needle, pointing you in the direction of the reality you really prefer to experience. Now, as has been said, in connection with the understanding that things might get a little bit more shaky, a little bit more breaky, as you say, This entire transmission, this weekend of your time, will be for the purpose of creating stabilization within yourselves, within your being. For tomorrow's transmission, the hour of power meditation, we will not be taking you through it, but we will instruct how you can do it on your own. But it will be for the purpose of creating a more stable energy in your reality and inner peace within your being. It is a very powerful, profound permission slip meditation to allow you to feel, to get in touch with your indestructible core, so that you know that no matter what is going on around you, you will be the eye of that chaos, the calm, peaceful, indestructible eye of that storm. And you can allow those things to circle around you, knowing that they can have no effect on you in a detrimental way. And continuing with that idea, on your Sunday transmission with Willa Chrissing, the hybrid from the future of Earth, bringing through more understanding of how you can connect to your nature, to nature itself, to yourself as an expression and an extension of nature, and being able to communicate with different facets and expressions of nature, such as the plant kingdom, the rock kingdom, the animal kingdom, so on and so forth, more fully, with more connection, more awareness, more consciousness in those communications. You will find yourselves digging your own roots deep into the ground to stabilize you to your natural connections so that you can ride out the waves, ride out the storm that is sure to continue in the coming year. But also, aside from what Willow will do to instruct you in becoming the first level of cryptic, as you practice this and go through the 5 levels of mastery eventually that she will bring through, this being the first, the level of cryptic, connecting to nature, reading nature, communing with nature, really receiving and sending information. She will give you a lot of information as to how to do this more consciously. But along with that, Willa has told us that she has a surprise announcement for you all that will be quite startling. So we will leave it to her in your Sunday transmission with her to find out what that announcement is, what that surprise shall be. We believe you will find it quite startling. All of this is to help you create the momentum necessary to stay the course, to rely upon your connection to your higher minds and your indestructible core of being as aspects of creation. This is something that can become not second nature to you, but first nature. You can unlearn everything that you have learned that has nothing at all to do with who you do not prefer to be. For that is all it is learning. You can let it go and relearn and remember who you really are in your essence, at your core, and live that life that reflects it and represents it, that will allow you to shift and shift and shift and shift more and more and more into the versions of Earth that you prefer to experience. 2019 is a 3-year, and it is the 3rd year after the fall of 2016. 2016, numerologically, was a 9, the end of a cycle. But now, a 3-year, 3 years after the end of a cycle, will be a very powerful year energetically for you to lock into, to synchronize, harmonize with, and experience more and more synchronicity. Even as you watch things coming apart at the seams all around you in a variety of ways, and secrets bubbling to the surface all around you, and see more and more representations of perhaps the realities you don't prefer all around you. Remember, you are your own reality. You are stable within that state. You are your own bubble of experience. And even though you can connect, and even though you can observe, you cannot be affected by that which you do not agree to be affected by, vibrationally, energetically, in your belief systems, in your knowingness about who and what you prefer to be. Does that make sense? All right. Making sure you're all awake. We thank you for allowing us to begin the transmission this day of your time and continuing for the next 2 days for stabilization, for centering, and for the creation of inner peace within each of your hearts, your souls, your spirits, your mind.